Hey guys, MeLikeBigBoom here, bringing you guys a new Call of Duty 2014 informational video. Now, before I start to get into anything, the video that you see on the screen right now, the CoD Black Ops 3 2014 CoD leaked info that I posted 22 hours ago, it's all wrong. And it wasn't wrong at the time, but if you haven't watched the video, I guess you can watch it right now. You can just go ahead and click on the thumbnail that you see on the screen right now. But essentially, it was about a supposed ex-Treyarch employee who gave us some information about the Call of Duty of 2014 and how Treyarch was developing it and stuff like that. Well, it was complete bogus, because today, officially, Activision has announced that Sledgehammer Games was going to be the sole developer of the Call of Duty of 2014, and they are now switching to a 3-year cycle rather than a 2-year cycle between Treyarch and Infinity Ward. Instead of that, they're switching to a 3-year cycle where it's switching between Sledgehammer Games, Infinity Ward, and Treyarch, and then it will run through that cycle for however long the company lasts for. It was revealed during an earnings call where Activision Blizzard stated, I quote, "For the first time this year's Call of Duty game and future Call of Duty games are being built on a 3-year development cycle." The publisher also revealed there are also several advantages to doing this. The first is of course quality, which will give our designers more time to envision and to innovate. Now when they word it like that, where they have more time to work on Call of Duty, instantly that's a pretty big benefit. It makes it seem like the Call of Duties aren't rushed out so much, which I know some Call of Duties seem like they were, like MW2 and MW3. The transition between the two was really not that great, like, at all. They were pretty much the same game. But I'm not complaining. I liked MW3. I mean, I was 14th prestige on it. There were definitely a lot of things that had room for improvement. I think it was mostly just because I didn't play MW2 that much at all. Like, I don't even think I prestiged on it. But if I played MW2 a lot, then I'm sure MW3 would get boring very quickly, because it really was practically the same game. So I think MW3 was kind of the starter of, oh, Call of Duty's the same every year and stuff. So Activision kind of wanted to get rid of that, because it started to affect their sales, because Call of Duty Ghosts did not sell nearly as good as Black Ops 2 did last year, which makes sense. I mean, I went to the midnight release of both games. About 1,000 people attended the Black Ops 2 midnight release, and about 200 attended the Call of Duty Ghosts midnight release, which I think also partially might have been of Grand Theft Auto 5. Nobody was really kind of finished or bored of Grand Theft Auto 5 by the time Call of Duty Ghosts had come out. So I think that may have been a part of the sales, and the fact that it wasn't a very strong Call of Duty game. So as a result, they wanted to create this 3-year cycle between these companies. Now, in my perspective, in my opinion, I think this is more of a negative impact. Now, if you guys haven't known, Sledgehammer Games and Infinity Ward worked together, where Sledgehammer Games was a subsidiary of Infinity Ward, working together to create MW3, and they worked together to create this Call of Duty, and it wasn't very great. There were some balancing issues. It wasn't greatly different from MW2. If it gives you an idea, you can practically instantly know which weapon in each class was the best. I mean, like, assault rifle, the ACR was the best. The submachine gun, the MP7 was the best. The sniper, the MSR was the best. The shotguns, the striker was the best. If you wanted to be a noob, the secondary was dual FMG9s. And then you put on C4 and flashbangs. Sleight of hand was a must. Essentially, you had 75% of your class already created, because their balancing on the game was kind of poor, and there was at least one gun in each class that was practically superior to all the other ones. And the fact that Sledgehammer Games is now creating a game solely by themselves, and the one game that they created with some help with Infinity Ward wasn't that great, it's a bit worrying to think of what they might do with the Call of Duty. Now, I'm not saying that all hope is lost. Don't pre-order Call of Duty 2014. It's just going to be bad. I'm saying there are some worries. If it's bad, then I would be like, yeah, I kind of expected it. And if it's good, then I'd be like, great, this is good news for Call of Duty. I'm going to be able to have a fun game to play for years to come. So when I weigh the pros and cons, it evens out. So I just have to wait and see how the Call of Duty goes. You guys should comment down below on whether you guys think this is a good decision or a bad decision for Activision to do for their Call of Duty franchise. And you guys should also write down the year that you guys think Call of Duty will just eventually just crash and burn, because it's gotta die sometime. So those are the news. I will have links to all sorts of different articles because this is big Call of Duty news, and it's just happened today. So that is all I have right now. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish because MeLikeBigBoom is out.